Hello, gamers! What is going on, Multiversers? We are back. Brand new video for you guys. This is my attempt at an actual moveset for a character, the Ice King from Adventure Time. Now, I don't know how moves break down. We haven't got that official information, so I'm not sure if there's side specials. I don't know if there's weak attacks. I don't know if there's strong attacks. I don't know how many air attacks there are. So I just came up with a simple template for ideas for moves that the Ice King and maybe more characters in the future, depending on how you guys like this. But here's a simple template. Came up with a perk idea. I will explain that very quickly. So the perk that you see, a couple icicles on there, and it's got a timer. And I figured the Ice King. What does he do? What's his thing, right? He's the Ice King. He's got ice powers. Odds are he's going to have a chance to freeze his opponents with attacks. So if you have this unique perk equipped, anything that has the possibility of freezing the opponent will just be increased by a little bit. Maybe an extra second, extra half a second, extra 1.5 seconds of time that they get frozen. So I think the perk fits for the character. Will have moves that definitely have the chance to freeze the opponent, and little extra freezing duration can always go a long way in helping you try to secure a stock in this game. So there's the unique perk, but let's go over the move, shall we? As you can see, we have on screen neutral special, side special, up special, down special, jab, forward tilt, up tilt, down tilt. And then on the other side, we got forward strong, up strong, down strong, neutral air, forward air, up air, and down air. Again, I don't know if this game will have back airs or forward airs at all, so it's just, again, it's what I came up with. I'll have to see once we get the actual confirmation, actual information about how the movesets break down and what they are, but here's what we got for now. Let's start with the special attacks. First up, neutral special, Ice Lightning. I like this because it will have multiple uses. It will be Ice Lightning. Basically, Ice King is shooting Ice Lightning out of his hands, so it's going to have range to it, and if you hit the opponent just right at the very end of the attack, like the tip of the Ice Lightning, if you hit him just right, it will have a chance to freeze, which goes along great with our unique perk, right? If you freeze the opponent, well, and you have this on, they're going to be frozen just a little bit longer, allowing you to try to maybe set up something more and, so possibly combo starter-ish, possibly, but maybe. We'll see. But Ice Lightning, nonetheless, big ranged attack as well, so it's kind of a projectile and gives Ice King a good way to possibly snipe an opponent trying to recover back on stage. Next up, we got the side special, which is the Ice Arcane. This is a big charged up attack. So you press the attack button, the input, and you start charging up this big blast of ice and snow and wind and cold, and then it just fires straight across. It's not going to be able to be angled. It's going to shoot straight across, horizontally. Vertically? Yeah, horizontally. It's going to be shot straight across. So just going to be a big blast of ice and snow. Again, it's going to need a little bit of charge up, so a little bit of startup lag, but then big beam, boom, fired off. Hopefully you hit your opponent. Again, nice ranged attack, good projectile, and making use of his snow and attack. Again, possibility for their opponent to be frozen if they get hit by this attack maybe long enough. Well, something like that. Makes sense. Up special. How is he going to recover? He can fly. And the funny thing is, with Ice King, when he flies, his beard actually flaps. And I thought, let's make use of that. Let's make use of the Ice King and his beard flapping. Every time he jumps, his beard flaps, right? So why don't we give him multiple jumps? So I'm going to, in a similar vein to King DDD, Ice King could be a bigger, heavier character, but they get multiple jumps, right? So every time he jumps, his beard flaps. And he jumps again, beard flaps. So I thought that would be a cool little touch for the character, because that's what he does, in fact. Next up, we got the down special, Summon a Snowman. Now, how does this work? Summons a snowman. It's pretty simple. But what does the snowman do itself? So since the snowman is getting summoned, they don't really have legs, so they can't run across, but they'll skate across the ground, I guess. But they'll basically try to make a beeline for the nearest opponent, and then they'll just try to punch them or scratch them or tickle them or something like that. So basically, they'll just try to go to the opponent and do a little bit of damage. But the other thing is, these snowmen can also be destroyed by any attack in the game. Any weak attack, strong attack, projectile, anything, they could be destroyed. So So they'll basically take one hit and they basically have 1 HP. But they could be used to possibly block attacks as well, if you think about it. But there should also be a limit to how many snowmen are out there, because, you know, having Ice King out there with 100 snowmen is completely unfair. And maybe there's a timer on them as well, where they only last for 7 seconds out on the battlefield before they just melt if they haven't been destroyed yet. Something like that makes sense. So maybe you have a limit of only 2 snowmen at a time to kind of make things a little bit more fair. But again, they're slow moving, but they will go towards the opponent, try to do a little bit of damage. If they get attacked by anything, they disintegrate and they're done. Alright, that's it for the special attacks. Next up, we got the jab, forward tilt, up tilt, and down tilt. Jab is a simple one. Punch. Simple. Don't need anything fancy for this. Ice King throws a punch forward. Easy. Forward tilt. Gunther. You gotta make use of the penguin. You gotta get Gunther in there somewhere. So, Gunther, what if he just pops out of Ice King's beard and shoots like a little water gun, water squirt, water shot, whatever you want to call it. It just comes out, and maybe it only does damage. Maybe there's like no knockback. Maybe that doesn't work for a tilt attack. So if there's weak attack, something like that. Either way, he pops out of the beard, a little water gun forward, does a little bit of damage. Nothing crazy, but it'll be a quick attack. So just a good way to rack up a little bit of damage. And sure, why not? What are we up to? Up tilt. The Ice Fist. Now, again, another move that has the possibility of freezing your opponents if used properly. Well, you can't really mess it up. It's literally, he punches upwards. But as he's punching upwards, his fist will radiate with, like, ice powers and stuff. So when he punches upwards, if he hits the opponent, there will be a chance that you could freeze the opponent. But a simple, quick punch upwards, nothing crazy, ice powers, the possibility to freeze the opponent. Again, make use of the unique perk that extends the duration a little bit. Could be fun stuff. And then down tilt, like jab, it's a very simple, just a kick downwards. Jab is a punch, down tilt's a kick angled downwards. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy, but it'll get the job done. Moving on to the strong attacks now. We have a forward strong, up strong, and down strong. Forward strong is up first. An icicle, slash, and throw is what I'm going to call this. Now, we could take out the throw part, but allow me to explain. Ice King will... I was going to call him the Icicle King. No. Ice King will summon basically a sharp icicle. And once he summons it, he's holding it in his hand, just slashes forward. Nothing crazy. But this is where the throw part comes in. So it's a 2-part forward strong. So you slash forward, and then he will throw it if you press the attack button again. He throws the icicle at your opponent. So, in a way... And you could completely remove the throw part if you want. You could just make the forward strong a big ice slash forward. That could be simple enough. That could work. But I wanted to go a little bit extra with the attack, so that's why I put the throw part on there. So you slash and then you throw. So if you hit your opponent when you slash with it and they go flying backwards, you can now throw the ice dagger, icicle, whatever at your opponent. So if they're not paying attention, or maybe it will mess up their jump, the icicle will end up making contact and hitting them and messing up their jump or whatever it might be. Or maybe it'll have just enough power where your opponent's kind of towards the edge of the blast zone, on the side of the screen, and maybe it hits them and finishes off the stock. So it could be a fun little idea, but there you go. Icicle, slash and throw, or just a slash works just as well. For the up strong, we have Ice King will raise both his hands into the air, and he will summon like a storm cloud, an ice storm cloud. The storm cloud, it'll start snowing, and wind effects. I think you guys know what I'm trying to say. Wow, I have it written in front of me and I can't even read it right. But basically, a storm cloud appears right above him, right where his hand is. So I guess it's just one hand. But the best way to put this is when he, as he's doing his up strong, the storm will be circling around him. So anybody that's played Smash Bros, Mewtwo specifically, Mewtwo's up smash, raises his hand and he's got like the cosmic psychic powers around him. Pretty similar effect and similar attack in that range. Reaches a hand up, just ice snowstorm that summons around him, kind of swirls. The opponent gets caught in it and then gets sent flying. So similar idea to Mewtwo's up strong or up smash. So hopefully that made sense because I kind of butchered that. But then the down strong will move to that because this one's a little bit easier. The ice nunchucks. How does this one work? he will use, Ice King will pull out the ice nunchucks. And for this move, he uses them and he holds them outwards and he just does like a spin, maybe multiple spins if you want. But he spins around in place, nunchucks are out. But this way, as the weapon is out and he's spinning, he's going to make contact on both sides of him. So if there's an opponent that's trying to, maybe they roll dodge, so you miss them on the right side, but they roll to the left, the second part of the attack, it's going to make contact with them. So he'll have pretty decent coverage on the ground, but nothing crazy, but another ice weapon, and I thought this one would be fun to put in there. Maybe not the best strong attack I could come up with, but I like the ice nunchucks. Wasn't sure where else to put them, so down strong. There you go. The last 4 attacks, we got neutral air, forward air, up air, and down air. Neutral air, again, a simple one, a split kick. As he's in the air, legs left, right, kick. Simple, split kick, there you go. Forward air is going to be, this one's going to be a fun one. Ice King will summon like an ice shield and ice barrier in front of him. Now, if the opponent is where the ice barrier is getting summoned, they will get hit by that. They'll take damage by that. They'll get knocked back and get sent flying, right? But Ice King can also use this move as a bit of a shield. So the ice barrier will come out. It will linger for maybe a couple seconds, 2 seconds, right? And the ice barrier itself is able to kind of absorb or block weak attacks. So you got Batman throws Batarang as an example. I don't know how powerful the Batarang is going to be. Batman throws the Batarang. It'll make contact with the ice barrier and just kind of shatter, and the Batarang will just kind of disappear, right? Nothing crazy. But if you have a stronger attack, a big strong projectile that gets shot out, a big lunging punch, big lunging kick or something, a stronger type of attack, it will go through the barrier, and since Ice King will still be right there, it'll go through the barrier and then make contact with the Ice King to deal damage. So the attack does deal damage to your opponent depending on, you know, when and where they're positioned when the ice barrier gets summoned. And then you could also use it as a temporary blocking shield, if you will, for specific attacks. But thought that'd be a fun one. And then we got up air, where Ice King does a head thrust upwards, a headbutt upwards. King K. Rool, this I took kind of as a reference here. King K. Rool's up air and Smash Ultimate, same thing. He headbutt straight upwards. They both got the crown. Hit him with the tip of the crown. That's going to hurt, going to deal damage. Send him straight upwards. So there you go. And the last attack, we got down air, which is Ice King will take... I had to use his beard somewhere. I had to use it as an attack somewhere. We got it with the... excuse me. We had it with the forward tilt with Gunther popping out doing the little water gun, right? We'll use the beard as an attack itself. So down air, Ice King takes his beard and whaps it straight downwards. Anybody that gets hit with it will get sent meteoring straight downwards. So this is a spike-like maneuver, very fun. And like I said, I had to get the beard as an attack somewhere. So there you go. That is all I got for this one. This was actually fun to do. Again, I would like to do more, but I'm not gonna try to say, yep, this is gonna be a weekly series, and I'm not gonna try to rush them out because I want to try to take time and make sure the moves that I come up with make sense on where I'm putting them here. But yeah, and plus I got to see how you guys enjoy it as well. But Ice King, there we go, moveset. And plus I haven't done them for the Yay or Nay series, so I figured taking a character we haven't talked about yet and, you know, coming with a fresh approach, I don't know, seemed like a good idea in my head. But we'll see how the video does overall. But that is going to be it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed as always. And I guess I'll see you when I'm looking at you.